Welcome to Twisted Terrors. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. They say if you walk the old road through Blackroot Hallow, you'll hear the trees whisper your name. No one cuts wood there anymore. No one hunts there either, because something still lives in those hills. Something that never died. Back in the 1930s, the people of Pine Hollow burned a woman for witchcraft. Her name was Evelyn Harrow, and she lived alone in a cabin by the creek, deep where the roots turned black and the air went still. They said she cursed the crops, spoiled the milk, and called storms with her singing. When they came for her, she didn't scream. She just smiled and said, "Roots remember." The next spring, every man who helped burn her was found dead, each one with soil packed in their mouths. Nearly 90 years later, Lena Whitford, a folklorist from the University of Tennessee, came to document Appalachian ghost tales. Blackroot Hallow was her last stop, a name that even the locals whispered low. She arrived in late October, just before the first frost. The gas station clerk told her flat out, "Don't go there after sundown." When she laughed, he didn't. He just handed her a small bag of rock salt and said, "For the trail." The dirt rode into the hollow wound like a serpent through the hills. Her headlights caught flashes of mist and crooked trees that looked half-burned, half alive. At the end of the road stood a single cabin, the one they said Evelyn built with her own hands. It was leaning, roof sagging, but there was light inside. Lena called out, thinking maybe someone was squatting there, but no one answered. Inside, the air was dry and heavy with the scent of sage and damp earth. There were shelves of jars filled with dried herbs, feathers, and things that looked suspiciously like teeth. On the hearth sat a small wooden bowl of soil, still moist. She set up her recorder and began narrating. Blackroot Hallow. Local legend of Evelyn Harrow, accused witch burned 1934. Then, a whisper. Soft feminine. Right behind her ear. "You shouldn't dig where things still grow." She spun around. No one there. Just the old cabin breathing with the wind. When she replayed the audio, the whisper was still there. But the voice said her name. The next morning, she explored the creek behind the cabin. The soil there was dark. Almost black. And knotted with thick roots that seemed to move just beneath the surface. She found an old grave marker, half buried and broken. The name carved into it read, Evelyn H. As Lena brushed away the dirt, she noticed something strange. Her fingernails came away dark, sticky. It wasn't mud, it was blood. That night she couldn't sleep. The air was full of sounds. Scratching under the floorboards, the creak of the door moving on its own. When she looked outside, the trees were swaying, though there was no wind. And under the moonlight, she saw something tall and thin standing among them. It was facing her cabin, not moving, just watching. Lena packed her equipment, ready to leave at first light. But when she tried to drive out, the road was gone, swallowed by fog and brambles. The trees seemed closer now, leaning toward her like curious faces. She ran back inside, locked the door, and tried to radio for help. The signal crackled with static. Then a voice came through, soft and melodic. "Roots remember." The floorboards began to buckle, dirt pushing through the cracks. Something was growing, crawling up through the wood. Long black vines, slick with sap that smelled like blood. They wrapped around her ankles before she could move. She screamed, pulling free, and fell against the hearth. The wooden bowl of soil was boiling, alive with tiny writhing roots that spelled out a word: Evelyn. Then, a knock at the door, 3 slow knocks. She turned the knob without meaning to, and on the other side stood a woman. Pale, hair like riverweed, eyes the color of mud. She smiled. "You came to dig me up, didn't you?" When the rescue team found the cabin a week later, the windows were shattered, the door wide open. Lena's car was still there, keys in the ignition, trunk packed. No sign of her. Only her recorder remained, sitting by the hearth, still running. The last 30 seconds of audio are silence. Then soft soil being moved, and a voice, calm, close to the microphone, saying, "She feeds the roots now." After that, the cabin was condemned. Locals say it still stands, though no one's been brave enough to check. But every spring, wildflowers bloom early in Blackroot Hallow. And if you look close at their stems, you'll see tiny human teeth tangled in the roots. As always, thanks so much for watching. Your support is much appreciated.